It's time for us to start reevaluating who we deem good enough to let get close. We all want love, but most of us choose to play the game. A lot of us think it's easier than allowing ourselves to actually change. We tell ourselves that we're good with what we have because something is better than nothing. But I really think that stems from some insecurities we're afraid to start confronting. We allow people to play with our hearts instead of waiting on the one who will pray for our hearts. The one who sees the value and royalty in us from the start. The one willing to put the work in with us to make sure the bond never breaks apart. The one willing to be our light when we get lost in the dark. They say the best sex comes from toxic connections, but I refuse to believe it. I think that's because they never experienced being made love to, so they can't see it. There's a difference between someone lusting after you and someone actually caring about your needs. Someone who takes the time to get to know you so your satisfaction is guaranteed. Someone who cares for your heart, your body, and your mind. I know a lot of us think that person is impossible to find, but God can't send our soulmates while we entertain distractions. I used to think...
Shout outs to her. I don't even have too much to follow up off of that. I do agree totally with what she was saying, though. I do absolutely believe that a lot of us do be just settling just because you just be horny. I said this a million times on here. Like, you just be settling, you deal with a lot of stuff because you be horny, you don't want to be lonely, and it's easy to get distracted with the opposite sex, man or woman.
Is it horny or you just don't want to be judged?
What you mean?
Because I feel like even if I feel like horny is just a temptation, but I feel like a lot of people don't want to be judged on, damn, I got a different nigga, or I got a new nigga, and this, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm back with this person. Dude,
I don't think, because realistically, how many people, if you're not posting, especially most people now, y'all so private on social media, who actually know who you dealing with? People don't know, so how it ain't nothing about, oh, I'm dealing with a new nigga. That's why so many people can run through multiple people, because you ain't never really telling people, you don't post nothing. So how do people even know? Like, ain't nothing for nobody to actually know about. But like I said, I don't have too much real feedback on that one. I do want to play this DC Young Fly clip when he was on Cam Newton podcast. He was on Funky Friday.
At the women today, it's a lot of women who have BBLs. Right. So I'm constantly reminded, like, they made it. They go another big booty. She made it. See what I'm saying? I get why women wants to enhance themselves. I get it. But fellas, we have to do more on just continuously telling our women that they're beautiful.
You're enough.
We have to continuously tell them that they're gorgeous. Don't make your woman feel like she has to go do something, even if you fucking with another chick. Like, no. You just love a woman. That's it. And women, listen to your man. Just listen. I'm not gonna sit here and tell somebody don't do what they want to do, don't do. No. People make decisions. You have to live with that as a unit. So I can't even sit here and say, oh, I'm against nothing. Oh, I'm with it. As a unit, I took a loss. If you look at the women,
you can tell by that conversation that DC on Fly is still dealing with a lot with the passing of his baby moms, and I'm sure that hurt.
Might regret.
I'm sure, because you can hear it from him saying, like, fellas, we got to sit here and champion our women. Even so, you can kind of, like, if you reading in between the lines, you can hear that he probably feel like he should have did a better job at championing and appreciating her and appreciating the beauty that she was. And if he got caught cheating on her, which 9 times out of 10 he probably did. If I'm just reading between the lines of what he said, it just sounds like reassure her to let her know, I didn't cheat on you with this girl who may have had a BBL because of her body. It may have been just because I'm fighting temptation and going with just being too horny. Like, sometimes you got, like, that's why I'm sitting here saying, like, I understand everybody get to this part maybe like where I may mentally be at right now, but a lot of times, like, when you just, even when we talked about it earlier, when we talking about beefing with the rappers, and it's always 9 times out of 10 we tying it back into women, especially of a man of a certain age, because what else? We're not from the same neighborhood. What do we really got the beef over? It's 9 times out of 10 it was over a woman. So it is just sometimes that discipline as a man to be able to sit here and show up and be able to just be happy with the woman that you got. And if you're not willing to be happy with her as she is, then don't take her. It's not, I'm gonna keep saying this, though. You don't have to rush into no relationship. Don't put yourself on no time frame or no type of, like, I gotta be in a relationship, I gotta do this. No, it's okay with being single, it's okay with being lonely, dog. You better find a website that work for you and just deal with it, dog. Like, I understand what he was saying. I felt bad for him because I'm like, I know for a fact, just listening to what he was saying, it sounds like he puts a lot of that blame on himself because he didn't show up for her the way he probably felt like he knew he should have.
But then, okay, my question is, and I see both parts, and my only thing is sometimes you might read into something which is not really, and like we've said on the podcast, just because I like the picture don't mean that's what I like.
Of course.
But in a nutshell, it's just like, well, damn, I keep seeing you under these BBLs or you in these BBL model phases when we do the, blah, blah. And it's like, well, damn, am I not good enough for you?
I think, but that kind of go tie
sometimes-
into the clip that we just played. Did you send me of even the lady was doing the poetry? I think a lot of those two things can be true. A lot of that could be insecurity because I can like one thing, like just realistically. Wow, I wish women use the example of nigga. Oh, it'd be like, oh, you always up under all the gym girls. Is that gonna motivate you to go to the gym more? Yeah, I don't be under no BBL Jones. I be up under all commenting and liking all the girls who work out. So is that gonna make if that's the excuse you're gonna use, then let me see you use that excuse and you go get you a membership to whatever gym and you start working out more. Use that excuse then if that's the case.
But then sometimes I just value, because even I think a clip I posted today when it was just like, if I might not be able to tell you I love you every day, but I do care about you. Like I might say, you know what I'm saying, be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you might not be able to show your affection or your emotion the same way as you want the other person to. You know what I'm saying? Like you might want me to be, oh, you beautiful. But if I do tell you you're beautiful, you know what I'm saying, you might not take it that serious. So that's what I'm saying. I think both sides, it depending on how you're looking at the lens. It's just like, all right, he might have been telling her that she's beautiful, but then he didn't make her feel that way. So I'm like, sometimes you might read it wrong.
Yeah, so of course, so then realistically, as a man, or even women can take this too. Sometimes words ain't just gonna be enough. You're gonna have to show with actions as well. You can't just tell me I'm beautiful. You're gonna have to kind of prove it to me. You're gonna have to give me some type of make me feel like I'm beautiful. Like, don't just tell me, make me feel like I'm beautiful. And a lot of times that is for some people like, yeah, the words sound cool, but what have you done to make me actually feel appreciated or make me feel beautiful lately? And a lot of times it don't be happening, dog. A lot of dudes don't do that. It's easy to sit here, dog. It's easy to send a good morning, beautiful text, but how you gonna go out your way to kind of make that person feel that way as well? Yeah. Like, don't just tell me, make it feel that way.
Like I'm the best person.
Yeah, because you can't just, and you know, let's be real. Things that you did. I mean, if you care about your baby mother, for people who listen and they got a baby moms or whatever the case may be, or you dealing with a woman who have kids, Mother's Day is around the corner. Guess what? You can't never get away with. You can't never get away with just shooting a text, Happy Mother's Day. No, you got to sit here or even if everybody who listening, if your mom's still alive, you still can't just get away with shooting a text. You got to give her something, some flowers, a card, a gift card, or something. You have to put actions behind those words. And that's that's the perfect example to use. The same way when Mother's Day come around, whatever woman is in your life that you care about, who is a mom, if it's your mother, is your baby mother, whoever, or a female that you dating, you never just sit here and text her good Happy Mother's Day. You always make sure that you show that appreciation with flowers or card or whatever case may be. Do the same thing when you sit here. I'm not saying you got to do it all the time, but at least try to make it a routine thing where at least once a month. Because like I said, even going back when we talk about the jerseys and going buying tickets, everybody's finances ain't where you can spend like that. But still, when you can, you should show up with actions to match your words, so that woman can feel just as beautiful as you, not you just giving her lip service. Because all of you giving her just lip service, then she is gonna feel some type of way about what you liking and you commenting, because you never gave no actions to reaffirm her emotions that she feeling. Because everybody got some form of insecurities. So yeah, if you just commenting on girls' pages that you can't meet and you that's doing the same thing with me, and it's just words, it's just text, then how do you separate it? How do I know you really feel like I'm beautiful? Because what you do on social media to these girls you don't know, it's the same thing you do for me every day. What's the big deal? Here's the separation. How do you draw the line? How can you lean on this is just social media, but this is how I show up for you in real life? If all you're doing is just texting me and say, oh, you look beautiful today. Oh, I forgot to tell you good morning, beautiful, or good night, whatever the case may be. Like, all right. You can do that to some random person on social media and never seen them a day in your life. So what is going to be the thing that's going to, I guess, separate the two? Well, I guess why we kind of here in this space of relationship, I do want to play this clip from Chingy.
Business and understanding all the BS that can come with this business, far as untrue rumors, and just how it be shady characters, whether they artists or executives in this business, and who can tend to try to derail your career and sabotage. Now it's a lot of stuff that go with this stuff, and in that aspect, for us the shady business, I don't appreciate all that. You know what I mean? But far as the music and selling millions of records and having radio hits, I feel like I did a great deal with that.
All right, so you talk about the shady rumors, the false rumors, Sidney Starr. You know, that's been well documented at this point.
When that happened, I lost a lot of stuff based off a lie, which was that was the most oddest thing I've ever seen. And man, people, when the individual apologized, getting in this business and understanding and it so-called went away, which it took years to blow away. Man, ain't nothing good happened from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who sold millions of records, was once one of the biggest artists in the world, they look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But what was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry.
You guys never really made up, did you? Like, you accepted her apology, but you kind of kept it moving.
Yeah. To be honest with you, man, like, it was spilt milk, and I lost a lot from it. That person gained. I'm not gonna hold on to something. It is what it is. Apologize, cool. I'm going this way. Let that it so-called you do they think, and a lot of stuff, man. But that situation, that hurt my career. Like, I'm just gonna be honest about it. It really did. With that being said, what inspired New Beginnings is
all right, so with all that being said, for people who don't know, basically Chingy was blaming the downfall of his career on Cindy Starr. People don't who know Cindy Starr is a transgender woman. So, I mean, I guess what people don't know is she used to be a man and she transitioned into a woman, got all the surgeries done and all that stuff. And she came out and said that her and Chingy, I guess, dealt with each other. She was lying. It was a lie, but it realistically threw a huge monkey wrench in Chingy's career, because this early to 2000s. Though people,
when she came out, it was, and when right there was popular. When she
it was maybe
came out like recently.
Like
I'm saying recently, like 2000. You know what I'm saying? Like, not when he was popping. I'm talking about recently, like,
yeah. So it was in social media days, but it probably like at the beginning of social media days, like maybe like pre-Instagram, so maybe like when it was just like Twitter and MySpace, Facebook, but it was still in like World Star. It was on there though. It wasn't like, maybe it might have right been before Instagram. So let's just say it may not been when his I was gonna
say when he was eating off the ringtones and all that. That's
it probably didn't happen right then, but it happened right. But you gotta think about it. It happened right after. So even still, for it to happen right after, he not gonna get booked overseas, because America be okay with some of this stuff now. But you gotta think about it. In some of those other countries, bro, they still don't play that gay stuff and all none of that, all the rights and stuff that we have here in America. So he would never get booked. They felt like, oh, this was a gay man and you was dating a transgender woman and all this and that. I can understand how you wouldn't get booked in Dubai, or you wouldn't get booked in Africa or Japan, or some of these places where they're super heavy on their religion and their laws are super strict. Like, you gotta even think about in Jamaica, like, they can't play them type of lesson thing. But you listen to the Joe Budden podcast, why Flip always kind of like, nah, you can't play them type of games around me, or why I'm right here, because dog, I still got to go home. I still got a family in Jamaica, and they don't play them gay games like that.
But that's my question, is just with him. I hear what you're saying, the overseas shows, but was he getting booked for those shows?
I mean, we don't know. Who the fuck remembers that?
And that's my only thing. Is just like, even with him saying that, it's like, well, I took a derail. Okay, if you took a derail, but I'm just like, I don't think you was more of a chilling circuit.
Nigga, you a retarded.
No. I'm saying you was a down south. You wasn't coming
Marcus,
up. He was performing up north.
Yes, like that. Nigga, this is you talking about Chingy right there, boy. That go Google how many records he sold. Are you tripping?
Right, but okay, but I'm saying, but what you saying? This is after that already blew up and did.
Nigga, you gotta think about it. He made Nelly cool down for a second. Nelly went down.
No. But that's what I'm asking you. Okay, but Nelly has a catalog where he still can perform a lot of songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chingy ain't had that many songs where he just
he had two heaters. He had two.
He has heaters, but I don't feel like he has that where I'm sitting here booking him world tour shows outside
I'm not a huge
world tour show is now more of a thing, like, okay, an old act for outside of the country.
I get what you're saying though, Marcus, but you gotta think about it. At that, you saying that now because you're speaking in a 2024 lens. But back then all you needed was one song, and you could do a tour for one song. No, you got to think about because it wasn't as many songs. So you think about no, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't think it was. That's what I'm saying. I think back. That's what I'm saying. Back then, was it really popular for them out of the country? Like I get it, the bigger artists like
Soulja Boy still do shows right now off of his old catalog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Soulja Boy, but I'm saying, but even back then, when you saying that when Chingy was Chingy, was he like I said? I don't think people was getting booked because you still had popular artists at that time.
He was one of the popular artists. What are you talking about, dog?
I mean, I don't know. I hear you them two songs, but I don't think he was that popular where it was just like, damn, I need him out here in Dubai.
At one point in time, he was though. You're sitting here talking, you judging him now, dog. But we talking about the right there was huge, dog. I don't care what you talking about. Right there, pulling me back with Tyrese and then the key pulling me back. I thought Holiday. I didn't even know that Pulling Me Back was bigger than Holiday Inn. One Call Away with who was this? I don't even know who. I want to say this is Jagged Edge or something. Oh, he got 4 jumps right now that I know for a fact everybody in their mother know. I'm not playing them because we're on YouTube. But Holiday Inn, One Call Away, Can't Keep Pulling Me Back, and I'm not like, come on, dog. And right there, nigga, right? Are you in them jeans with him and Jermaine Dupri? Like, come on, dog. I'm like that. I'm like that. And he had 4 jumps for a fact. He had 4 hits. Like I'm talking about smashes. And I want to say he was on some remixes to some other songs. But nigga, he had 4 jumps by himself. I'm talking about complete. Like nigga, if he was doing a verses, he's smoking them. Rap mix. What else was he on? Yeah. He got at least 4 big like ridiculous big songs. Them 4 jumps that he got is OD. Though I'm trust and believe. I'm sure. And that came out. What's this? We talking about 03. Keep Pulling Me Back. Why you say that? That could have been in 1993. That's crazy. So that probably was 03 too. Yeah, all of them was like around 03. So I mean, I get it. Like at that day and age, people was not rocking with the. Come on, dog. You got to think about how many people just think about that. Just think about how in the time frame of like even with Magic Johnson when he first got AIDS or Eazy-E, like people off the rip thought that they was gay and they didn't even tie it into how many women they was actually sleeping with. Like Eazy-E after he passed and then people was coming out on, he was just having sex with a lot of women unprotected. Magic Johnson, he recently just started telling those stories where he was like, when y'all asked me how I caught HIV, how you thought I did? He's like, nigga, every time I came to a city, it was 50 women trying to have sex with me. So for Chingy in that time, you got to think about. So just think about for that time for Magic Johnson and for Eazy-E, how people like even when that All-Star game when Magic Johnson came back and niggas didn't even want to play. Like Karl Malone was like, I don't want to touch him. I ain't trying to foul him and like because that's how people small-minded people was. So even for Chingy, let's just sit here and say, yeah, okay, this happened 3 years after those songs was big, but think about for at that time in 03, those songs were big. You could run off of a song for damn near a whole year. So if you had 4 big songs, like look at Fetty Wap more in the recent day and time. Like, dog, he had shit in the chokehold. He had 5 songs, dog. But people remember the Fetty Wap era. So it's like you can't sit here and say, oh, well, Fetty Wap had 5 songs and he was this, that, and the third, but you're gonna downplay Chingy 4 songs. Like, what's the difference? A song? And I can argue that right there is bigger than any of Fetty Wap songs. So for Fetty Wap to have a run or Chief Keef or whoever else, like, dog, you can't sit here and just be like, oh, he blaming it on her. Dog, a lot of people, like, you looking at it now with people we wouldn't care because, of course, you got your Saucy Santanas and you got your Lil Nas X's. But at that time, niggas was not going for that, just sitting here saying, he like, nah, dog, that wasn't happening. That was a huge hell no on his record, and that screwed his career because you're thinking about how many people down. You're thinking about the labels, probably like that. How we gonna market you? Who we gonna market you to? Because there was no audience for that at that time. Like it's different now. Like I said, it's easy in 2024 to be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. That probably really ain't slow his career down. But in 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, even all the way to 010, that shit still would have been a big deal because tell me where was another super popular gay person where you could see and say, oh, they got an audience for that. Because think about it, Nicki ain't coming until 010, 011, where she was building her off of women and gays. So, like, who was before then? Who could sit here and say it would have been okay? You could have linked into that and got a different fan base, like a Lil Nas X or like a Saucy Santana. Shit, think about how many people still really don't go too crazy for Saucy Santana. He make way better music than Lil Nas X, but because his stuff is visually a little bit more too in your face, people don't give him no credit or even give him a listen. So I can understand for somebody like Chingy, he's from the South. He is from a Bible Belt state. There's no, come on, dog. He from St. Louis. Look at who is representing St. Louis right now. Sexy Red. You think people who listen to Sexy Red,
sexy.
Like you think people who champion that got nah, hell no, dog. I feel for Chingy. I'm not mad at him. And the ladies sit here, and the crazy thing is, again, sometimes y'all know I'm a comment watcher. She apologized on the neighborhood talk, and she was like, I told him I was sorry, this, that, and the third. Nigga, women was dragging her to hell. And there was even some other transgender women on the joint like, nah, you was dead wrong. Like that wasn't cool. Like you ended his career and you built your career off of it. And people was like, no, Chingy should have sued you. For every interview you didn't got paid for, all that, he should have literally sued you for defamation of character because you killed his career to build yourself up one. And that was corny, and that's not fair, dog. Like I get what you're saying. Looking at it in 2024, like nobody would take it as a big deal now if that was the situation. But then, like, yeah, that's a huge L for somebody, dog. And especially if you're from the South, it's like it's in. I can't even imagine how you could have shook that. I can't. If I'm in the record label, I can't even imagine like what record label gonna want to invest in that. Like just think about like even for his albums, like he ain't even have no. I don't even know if he even put out any. Well, he put out something in 2022. I guess he tried to. But ain't nobody, who the hell, ain't nobody was checking for him then. Yeah, he put out a project in 2022, but I don't know who was looking for that. Nobody. But let's say from that, yeah, that's like he had 2 albums and they came right back to back. Like he had
that's what I was just saying. Like when
he had Chingy. The Jackpot album was his first one, and that came out in 2023. In 2024, he put out Powerball. You know, it don't look like he even had no hits on that one.
Yeah, that's why I was just asking. Like, damn, did it happen like after you already?
I get. Listen, I get what you saying. Where you sitting here saying is like, yes, I'm talking about LA. They almost about a dub. What I'm talking about, baby? And I bet back with them tonight because tonight was gonna be my last night. They ain't get it together tonight. I was done with it. But I get what you're saying, and I can't shoot down completely what you're saying. Is like, is he trying to use that as an excuse, or was he realistically already on the decline of his career, and that just put the icing on the cake? But you will never know, though.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like he was already going down, and that just probably
it put the icing on the cake on you. It crippled you though. But let's be. Only thing I'm saying is you can't discredit what he actually probably had to go through, because the same way with the dude Derailed, he was like, after Dave Chappelle turned that into a joke, it was over for me, because anytime somebody wanted to book me for a show, that was what people kept throwing back in my face. And you said, that was just a joke. That ain't no allegation or nothing. That's a joke.
But my only thing is, when you did that moment or whatever you did, it pretty much was a joke. I get it. You was probably serious trying to make it to the band and try to do stuff, but it's just like, all right, what did you do after that?
I get what you're saying, but sometimes let's be clear.
No, I get it, but that's my thing. It's just like the way you take your success and where you got there, you can't be mad what people create or even use. Because like I said, everything is for a click right now. So even if when Dave Chappelle did that was a viral moment or whatever, that was a big moment. If you didn't capitalize or you didn't invest yourself at that moment, you just try to say, you can't sit here, dog. I'm pretty sure he put more eyes on you than Diddy did at that time because of that whole skit.
Yeah,
so you can't
for
say
sure.
It didn't hurt your career. You just ain't want to play into the narrative. You want to be, I'm a serious rapper, and we ain't heard a rap song from your ass.
I can't disagree with you. You right on that one. I can't. That's one thing I can't disagree with you. We can't tell people how to feel, but I do agree with what you're saying. You're absolutely right. What did Derailed do with that moment after Dave Chappelle? And it's kind of, I guess you kind of almost doubling down on what you're saying. And you may not even be realizing, just like you said with the Meek thing with the get up. It's like sometimes you kind of got to put your cool to the side and maybe have to lean into the blessing that you may have, not knowing that it's a blessing, or you don't want to deal with it as a blessing, but somebody giving you an extra light, you kind of just gotta either you gotta lean into it, or you're gonna allow it to bury you for real. And for both of them, they allowed it to bury them. I don't know, for Chingy it's a little bit different, but for Derailed, you might got a point. Let that load up. Come on, Lakers. Oh my God, this is a bounce back for the Lakers, dog. Ooh, oh my God, that's a huge